Previously in the Goblin Market. The Kybers awoke from their draconic dreamscape, the taste of Vivinax's soul-shifting tea bitter on their tongues. They had done it. They successfully executed the ancient prisoner within the dwarven crown and shattered his icy prison, claiming the true Hammer of Morden as their prize. But as they returned to their physical bodies in Vivinax's cottage, a terrifying truth began to dawn on them. The massive, oppressive soul signature released from the dying goblin, which destroyed the tower in the crown and perhaps the whole plane that existed in the crown, may not have belonged to a disgraced council member of the Temple Dragons. It may be more ancient, vast, and bound to millions of contracts. Have they killed the imposter Marcinax, or have they just executed Fitzral, the true, original, forever king of the Goblin Market? If yes, who is the Fitzral ruling the Azure Foundry? The one pulling the strings and pushing Bodum toward ascension. Is Marcinax that imposter? And why do they not feel the pull of the King's Moot after awakening in the temple? Vivinax once warned them that the very first King's Moot was built on deception and treachery, and now the crew may have unwittingly committed the ultimate treason. By killing the true king, they haven't just recovered a hammer, they may have triggered the cosmic death knell. If the ripple is real, and it is happening now, where will Bodum show up to claim the empty throne? Has the endgame begun, or is this just yet another smoke and mirror moment in the Goblin Market? Find out this week.
To the river they tread, only to be swept away.
Morning and evening you may hear the cry, candies and berries and baubles to try, sweet to the tongue and sound to the eye, but heed words of caution when you then decide to come by, get, come by, get.
Just beware the Goblin Market.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to Goblin Market, episode 52, title TBD, baby. We're back. We're back. As always, I'm your DM, Tom Blaylock, and I'm joined today by Tim Carr, who is not at all doing his taxes.
Not doing my taxes. Not doing them. I got somebody else to do them. Man, this is complicated.
Yeah, right. John Watson started his taxes. He hasn't done them yet.
I started them. Mine are complicated, but I'm fucking doing them myself.
Yeah, very good.
Screw those guys. It's not as complicated as Tim's.
And Sam Frank, who has the simplest taxes, but he also, we haven't talked. I know he hasn't done his taxes yet.
Boy, I could talk about taxes for the next hour.
Hey,
should that be our
save it for the
TBD
bonus.
title? Tax,
Please
tax
don't.
bonus discussion, TBD.
Holy crap, dude.
Well, everybody, last episode was wild. They went into the crown. They killed somebody. Now, he even said the word Fitzral. The person you killed said, Fitzral will pay for this. How would he square these two things? Was this just a slip up on my part as the DM or something else? But Welena Zagat is the one who's told you that this is definitely Fitzral, Fitzral's head that you're holding.
And she should know.
And she should know. Vivinax is in the room with you, but has not seen the head yet. But she hears this from Welena Zagat, and she looks and she says, "Show me, show me, show me."
I think I had the head.
I don't have the head.
Yeah,
No, I don't think it's small enough to hide. I think it's literally just being.
I'm just
holding it by the hair, because what else do you use?
Palming it like a basketball.
No, Ebus ain't that cool. Hands aren't that big.
So
Goblin
Vivinax-
head's pretty small.
So I'm holding it up like a shrunken head from Beetlejuice. Like, I don't know. If I just hold it up. Yeah, Ebus just hold it up.
Vivinax comes up to you and kneels down in front of you and puts both of her hands on the sides of the face of the decapitated head. And she looks up first at Welena and nods like yes, and then looks up at the three of you and says, I don't know what has happened. We saw Fitzral when he came out of the prison hundreds of years ago. It's possible he's tricked us. What happened inside?
Wait, when Fitzral came out of the prison?
We don't know the story.
He took part in the imprisoning of Marcinax years and years ago. It was his covenant that did not allow us to execute him for the crimes he had committed against the temple and the Goblin market.
Well, I don't know about that, because he spoke as if he was not Fitzral inside. But we go in, there's a giant lighthouse, larger than is practical unless you're trying to reach miles past the horizon. We find some people that have died recently, and their souls have been brought there. They cannot remember what happened, etc. But they tried to go to this fort and reported back shadow dragons that killed them. And they killed the dragon, no problem, but then more dragons show. So we investigated the fort and we found Marcinax or Fitzral or whoever the fuck this is, stuck inside a giant ball of ice, sending dragons.
Ice?
Ice. Protected by some, what was it, electricity?
Did you fight a dragon inside?
Many dragons.
Describe them to me.
They were dark, shadowy, not very strong, but relentless.
What do they breathe when they breathe their breath upon you?
Death. Felt like death.
Necrosis. Did not breathe ice on you.
No.
Does the head that we are holding look like the head of the goblin when we were fighting it inside the crown?
It does. It looks
Okay.
identical. It's still the same.
But it
shape.
doesn't look like Fitzral.
Not the one you've seen. Although you know for a fact he's taken on many, many, many bodies.
Right.
So you did not fight a great, giant, white dragon inside.
Is that what you sent us to fight?
That was Marcinax's preferred form, yes.
Well, from what we can tell, when we defeated this one, I hold up the head, the skies were no longer overcast. The fort that contained the ice prison started to fall apart. So it seems as if the world in there started to change. But because things were falling and we had not come out of there unscathed, as you can see, we came back.
So the things were falling there.
Bricks from the fort, the ceiling.
Before or after you severed his head?
After.
After.
Right after.
After.
Did it become after?
Immediately.
Was it because you killed him?
Seemed to be, yes. Immediate cause and effect.
I chopped his head off. Then the building started falling and there was a void that opened up right under his body.
She holds her hand out, and then a book just appears in her hand. And she opens it up, and without touching the pages, she begins to just move her finger over it, and the pages are just swinging by, flipping.
Is the physical crown in the room with us?
No, she moved the crown to Rollins, to the dead plane, to the plane with the
Magical dead zones.
the magic dead zones.
Anti-magic fields or whatever they are.
Yeah. So she stops and she says, yes. Fitzral made us sign a contract to build the prison. It says that Marcinax was going to be allowed to live as long as the prison lasted, and that he would be killed when the prison collapsed.
That seems the opposite.
No, here. He was sentenced to a life inside the crown. But it was not his life. He was sentenced to Fitzral's life. Fitzral made the prison to collapse on Marcinax upon Fitzral's death.
I'm so confused.
Tell us, who was with Fitzral when he created the prison? You said he took part in it.
Well,
making it sound like more people were there.
We created the crown. Fitzral took him into the crown and returned out.
No one decided to go in with him.
No. It was too dangerous, he said.
Does anyone know how to speak with dead?
That is beyond my powers. But it's weird. If Fitzral went in and Marcinax somehow gave him the slip and trapped him in a, you say, ball of ice.
With the hammer.
What hammer?
This hammer. And I hold up the hammer.
Vivinax recoils and says, Where did you get that? That should not be on this plane.
This was in the prison with him. It seemed to be powering the prison.
Oh my goodness. So it's true he had stolen Moradin's hammer.
Which he?
Marcinax.
So he left Fitzral in there and left the hammer.
It is very powerful. It is the only thing I know of that is more powerful than Fitzral was at that time.
But why would Fitzral not just tell us he is Fitzral and not Marcinax when he came? He spoke as if he was not Fitzral.
I don't know. That does not concern me. That's simple enchantments can be placed on buildings, on places. Perhaps he...
Is it a simple enchantment to tell someone they're someone else for years? Centuries?
How long has... That's all you heard. Tell me what he said.
I don't remember the exact words, but he said something about...
Roll me a history check.
19.
Yeah, so essentially, you don't remember the exact wording, but it was something like, Fitzral will pay for this. You're doing Fitzral's dirty work.
Oh, he said he was going to kill Fitzral, right?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, he threatened to kill Fitzral after he killed us.
It would be a simple enchantment to have you hear the name Fitzral when someone spoke the name Marcinax inside that plane. Did you roll wisdom saves when he spoke?
You motherfucker.
I am not worried with that.
Wait. The fact that Fitzral wanted to go in by himself. If there was any way he could have been overpowered or tricked, I can't imagine he would put himself in that position. Can you tell me more briefly of Marcinax?
Yes.
Who was Marcinax, and what were Marcinax's abilities?
Well, you are... I can tell that your powers are of what you call kybering. Yes?
Yes.
That ability was invented by Marcinax in the Goblin market before the temple.
All right, I'm going to do a history check on that to see if I've heard anything like that. It's a 16.
You know that one of the Council of Elders who was expelled from the Goblin market did in fact used to take over people's bodies and was famous for being able to do it at a very long distance. You were not taught that that person's name was Marcinax, and you weren't taught that that person invented this thing that you now do called that, that you're Kybers. But you know that someone was expelled. They were sort of persona non grata for various reasons.
But they didn't say, I'm a little confused. I would have asked at some point why we have decided to use this person's abilities if they've been expelled.
Yeah. Essentially, like, good things can come from bad people.
They weren't expelled for that. They were expelled for other stuff.
Yeah, they were not. Yeah, they were not expelled for doing
the body switching stuff
people.
was great.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
What if Welena, Fitzral is the craftiest goblin you have ever known.
That's true.
And goblins being a crafty people, that is really saying something.
Yes.
But
he surprised us all at the King's Moot, I will say. We had no idea just how crafty he was.
Was the power, I suppose my question is, was the power of Marcinax in Marcinax's body or in Marcinax's essence?
His essence. He was able to skip through bodies in a way that I think would even make you three be in awe.
So there would be no benefit to Fitzral in claiming whatever body Marcinax went into the prison with.
No, but...
Say a giant white dragon.
No, but... She, sort of trails off. She's like, this is so long ago. But you have heard of people being called paladins, yes?
Yes, I've heard of those.
That's what we called Fitzral. For years. He was too good. He was always upholding all of the tenets of the goblin market. Until we decided there had to be a king. And that's when he used such trickery and chaos to confound the other would-be kings, having them execute each other, having them steal each other's essences, having them... Have we gotten it so wrong? Could Marcinax have taken his body even back then?
Was Marcinax imprisoned before the first King's Moot?
He was, yes.
So is it safe to say that after Fitzral returned from the Crown prison, he suddenly was acting differently than he had acted before?
I did not know him well, but the King's Moot was not long after that. And while he did not call for it, several people who would later go on to support him in his claim for the kingship did call for it. Those who, frankly, were more qualified, more respected, but somehow the rule follower boy of the Goblin Market was named leader of the King's Moot, which puts him pretty close to inside track of becoming king. I mean, he had to kill his challengers, but he gets to set the rules as leader of the King's Moot.
And you say he was superb at jumping bodies?
Marcinax was, but Fitzral learned this later in life.
But could Marcinax have been all the people voting? Just jump from one body, say I. Jump to another body, say I.
No, they would have known. But timeline-wise, Welena Zagat knew him after he became king.
She knew him before as well, but not well. Afterwards, she knew him very well.
And again, not acting in a way that we would consider upstanding.
Not upstanding at all.
Yeah.
I would say, what I know of you, Dinfa, you are what Fitzral was before he was king.
But when the crown was placed on people's heads, they became evil. Whatever spirit was inside the crown was acting out in destructive ways.
Yes, but could that have been Marcinax as well? He can control from across planes. I've seen him do it. I've seen Fitzral, the king of all goblins, do it.
So the short version is this could be either one of them, and the only thing we know is this is Fitzral's head. And you are certain?
I am certain that is...
After however many years
I am
it has
certain
been.
that is the original Fitzral. That is his body. That is his... Look at his cheekbones.
But... Gentlemen, I have no wish to disturb you with this conversation, but as our skills become more advanced, the tether to this body becomes weaker. I am not this body. I am something else. And Fitzral, with hundreds, thousands of more years experience, this is the physical body, perhaps, that Fitzral inhabited for a time, or looks like Fitzral. But Fitzral is not a body.
But the more serious question, Chanak, is, does the King's Moot care?
Well...
Have we started a new one?
Yes, and I mean, for our purposes, we are at odds with the thing in the Azure Foundry. Whether we name it Fitzral or Marcinax, does it make any difference?
To me, no.
It is the thing it has been for thousands of years at this point. That is the thing that we contend against.
But, this is Welena speaking, but if the real Fitzral had died, just his body, whatever it is you want to say, not the thing in the Azure Foundry, but the thing that is in here, which may have been the Fitzral that we all thought was king, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe he was trapped in ice for thousands of years. It should release a wave of energy. And then Vivenax speaks up. It would not, because of where it is sitting.
There was a wave of energy inside the crown.
And you felt that, yes.
But what do you mean where it is sitting?
Yes,
its magic is dampened.
It's dampened
held in
where
stasis.
It is. So it would not be able to exit the crown. It will exit it, but it will
Go
be
out with
pulsing.
a whimper, not with a bang.
Yes, it will be pulsing.
Are we sure that... Where did you put it? In Roland's Crossing?
I know where I put it. I can take
No, I
you
don't
there.
mean the specific place, but are we sure that the crown cannot overpower?
We don't know. I don't know. I would say that if the Fitzral that we thought we were fighting against, one of 100,000 souls, I think that he would be able to overcome the anti-magic field, but I don't know.
What? Tell me more about this wave of energy. Is it destructive? Is it metaphysical?
It does one thing and one thing only. It lets all in the Goblin Market who are tied to the king ends their contracts early. And we would all feel it.
But what if we are not tied to this king?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, without descending into legalistic arguments here, if as we fear, let us posit a worst case scenario. Marcinax exited the crown, disguised as Fitzral, and then manipulated the king's moot to become king of the Goblin Market. All just because Marcinax was operating under the name Fitzral makes him no less the king. Fitzral, if this is the case, then the Fitzral in the crown was never king of the Goblin Market.
And Marcinax was. But we could.
What's in a name?
But we could. We could use the head to our advantage.
I like the way you're thinking.
You have a powerful item there. Moradin's hammer. What would be released if you, or us, or me, absorbed the souls from Moradin's hammer? That would create the shockwave. And you could hold the head and show the others that you had killed the forever king, and that you are the rightful claim to be leader of the King's Moot. And then you would decide what the rules are. Who would be determined king?
This is getting very complicated.
I'm so tired, I don't think I can keep this straight.
Let us consider the plan in motion. Bodum agitates for a king's moot. Wants to claim the kingship of the Goblin Market. Fitzral, as we have known, or as seems to be the case, is old, tired, and perhaps secretly longs to pass the kingship to Bodum. They prepare Hardat as a secret battlefield, laying the ground for Bodum's victory, should anyone wish to challenge him. Gregor went, primed as a vessel for what? I do not know.
Marcinax.
Yes, who, not what.
Or Fitzral.
Or Fitzral.
God
My head
damn
hurts too now.
So the question the more I think of this, the more I begin to question Bodum's role in all of this. Is he unwitting heir to Fitzral? Is he unwitting dupe of Marcinax? Does Marcinax simply seek another vessel to continue his kingship under another name, in a new guise? Or is Bodum a willing participant in this plot, loyal to the manipulator who has taken the crown, regardless of its name? But if the plan is that there will be a king's moot, and if the plan is that Bodum emerge the victor, I do not see a way around if we have misgivings, confusion, perhaps secret plots that no one is aware of. I do not know how we can proceed without knowing what Bodum knows.
That's very dangerous, what you're implying.
Yes, well, none of this has exactly been safe.
Coughs up a little bit of blood.
Can you do that on demand? I feel like you do that every time when it makes a point.
I cough to punctuate my sentences. The blood is new.
Yes, I agree, but can you parlay with him without sparking the fight that would lead to I don't know what?
Excellent question. I would want to show him the head and see how he reacts.
But he is not an ancient. He is not an original. Bodum is not. He might not know what the head is.
Welena Zagat, you were involved in these events more than anyone in this room. What say you to all of this?
I feel I have been duped by Bodum, Fitzral, well, all of them. Every layer that's peeled off is yet another layer of deceit, chicanery. Frankly, I would have us killed them all. I would say the hell with the king's moot. Destroy Fitzral or whatever he is in the Azure Foundry. Destroy Bodum. Destroy the vessel Gregor went to make sure you do not inadvertently allow the survival of whatever this vile power was that had gone from king to king to king. Think of it. If that was Fitzral controlling the crown, he would have been king of the dwarves for how long? As long as the crown was there in Stonewarren Pass. And now he would be king of what? Hardat. And king of the goblins, what? Wouldn't he be king of at this point? This sounds like a god, not like a person. The only thing I hate more than the goblin market is gods.
Amen. You know what I mean. Well, I think we should take a very long rest. My wits are clouded by my...
So, just so I have it right, before I go to bed, we have 2 courses of action.
If only. Please proceed.
We absorb the souls in the hammer and produce the head and start the king's moot. Or we secretly take out each individual person, starting with Bodum, ending with Master Fitz, whoever. And maybe incapacitate Gregor Wint as we do it.
Incapacitate him with your blade across his neck. Yes.
If that is possible, yes.
Inside of him is a chasm of potential.
I've been in there. I know. And I know that I was not alone when I was in there. It may be too late.
So we agree. Take his head.
I would love for us to find a way to bring him on our side. That may not be possible.
We don't even know who that other person inside was.
But if we can go in and find out, scratch off another person on our list.
It feels so hard to scratch them off if they can be anywhere and everywhere, and in so many people.
I agree. Let's sleep on it.
But you agree, 2 courses of action. In stealth, as it is in history, or kick the door down.
I believe what you are saying is, do we attempt to kill them at the King's Moot and use that as our forum and venue? Or do we attempt to kill them extracurricular style?
Indeed.
Yes.
If we can avoid an all-out scrum in the King's Moot, where everyone will be ready for a fight, I think it will serve us better. However, certain events are likely to trigger a King's Moot, and then if we are caught with our backs turned because we are busy looking at something else, that could be a problem.
I think the crown is a problem.
It is.
If someone moves it, everyone knows.
Please tell me you hid it well, in a place that only you know where it is.
Well, it's
That does not sound good.
in the ground. It is. We buried it, but I don't have a burrow speed, if you know what I mean.
Not even as a dragon?
I have more thoughts on this, but let us address them in the morning. I am so very tired.
You will be safe here. Let us take the head and preserve it while you sleep.
Could it be useful to prove that Fitzral was there? That he is not alive? Or has everybody forgotten what he looked like and now believes that Marcinax or whoever the fuck is saying is Fitzral is now Fitzral?
I don't know, but I can tell you the one person who would be interested to see it is whoever it is in the Azure Foundry. I mean, the other option is we drop the crown someplace where the ripple can be felt. And that will determine whether or not you have killed the king of all goblins or just destroyed a prison that was very, very powerful. But you may not be able to control whatever happens next, and that seems like something you are all interested in doing.
All right, since it looks like we're not going to bed.
Oh, we are going to bed.
You said that the prison, in the contract that created the prison, it would be destroyed upon Fitzral's death.
Yes.
And is the thought that on Fitzral's death, when the prison was destroyed, it would also destroy whatever was inside the prison?
Yes.
I can't imagine that Fitzral meant for Marcinax to be freed after his death.
He would have been destroyed.
He just did not want him executed during his lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah, why is that?
But
Why is that?
But the point I want to make is the contract was written for Fitzral.
Yes.
And so if killing this whoever was inside the prison did void that contract or fulfill its terms, then are all other contracts with Fitzral's name on them either fulfilled or voided? Is that our evidence? Do you see what I'm saying?
It would be our evidence that he
Per my
was,
legalistic question from earlier.
Yes, it would be evidence that he was, that the one that we considered the king of all goblins was inside and trapped.
But it is the name that is on the... If Marcinax has been using Fitzral's name and still using Fitzral's name on the contracts, Although he is king of all goblins, if he is using the name Fitzral, then it is tied to the thing in the prison, whose true name was Fitzral.
Yes. And then the one in the Azure Foundry, whether he be Marcinax or I don't know who, Stephen, he is no one. Except perhaps the most powerful being in the known universe. But he's not a king. He is no king of ours, and perhaps that makes a difference.
That even the contract making him king would be tied to the name and thus void.
Thus void, yes. Which would explain why he was preserved so perfectly and trapped so perfectly. With a trap that was powered by so ancient of an artifact.
And a legal provision that would destroy him and all evidence should anyone go inside the prison and kill the occupant.
Yes.
Thinking more about it, it's quite the stroke of luck that we got out with that head when we did.
Yes.
That was lucky. I panicked when the world started falling on top of us. I fell in the hole. And there it was.
There was a hole?
Yes, he fell on the ground, and then the ground below him started to sink, and his head tried to reconnect with its body.
Ugh.
Yeah, I said there was a void.
The void seems bigger. Maybe they wasn't understood.
Well, the hole did get bigger.
The hole
did.
got bigger.
And it sank so fast while we were in it.
Well,
It was moving to something. I can't imagine what.
it sounds harrowing.
Yes, that reminds me how tired I am.
Fine, go to sleep. I'll take the head.
Can we keep the head?
We will. Would you like me to sit in the room? I would like to preserve the head.
If we cannot trust Vivinax, we are lost regardless. Let Vivinax have the head.
I will preserve it.
I'm having trouble trusting anyone.
Do not sleep with the head in your bed. I believe it is bad luck and also unhygienic.
And she says, I will do this in your cottage then. And she begins casting on the head. She's casting the spell Gentle Repose.
As she's doing that, I am laying down with the hammer.
Okay.
At our last level up, we can... What's our range on keeping possession of our...
Same
themes?
plane of existence.
It's same plane. Okay. All right. Just reminding myself.
All right. So you guys are going to take your long rest?
Yeah.
Long rest
Do I get
time.
to put all my numbers up?
Yeah, go ahead and put all your numbers
Oh,
up.
thank you, Jesus.
Temporary hit points. How long do those temporary hit points from the dragon last? Just so we know. We don't keep those, I assume. On
At long rest, they go away.
Got it.
When you long rest, they go away. So you guys all dream. And each one of you are visited by the being that you know as Fitzral in the Azure Foundry in your dreams. And here's how we're going to do this.
Let me ask a question. But does the Fitzral that we met in the tower in the Azure Foundry look like this goblin whose head
Different
we have?
race entirely, not even a goblin.
What did he look like?
He was an
physically?
elf. But he called himself a goblin, and he was in stasis.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in a coma.
Right. Did we ever see him in a coma?
Yes. No, when you went up there. So actually, yes, you saw a visage of this face because when you went up, you were sort of sent into a dreamscape.
Yeah.
Where you had a conversation of him. And actually, no, it was not this face. This is not the face that you saw.
What face did we see?
I mean, you saw a goblin, not this one. You have not seen that goblin before.
A different goblin face.
A different goblin face. That is correct. That is correct. Because you went up and then you were all sort of like basically knocked the fuck out as you went up into the tower.
A different ethnically goblin face.
Ethnically goblin face. Yes. Yes.
A word that has gotten so interesting.
Yes.
I mean, anybody, we're goblins, you know?
Yes, you're all goblins,
indeed.
but yes. So here's what we're gonna do.
Okay, we're all being visited.
Yeah, so we're gonna start with Charnak, actually. So the voice comes in your head and he says, "You've touched my crown. And yet you remain intact. Why?"
I can tell you, Fitzral, it was not easy.
And you feel that he is trying to puppet your body and sleep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a check.
Okay.
Essentially, all of you have been inside of Gregor Went at this point, and you felt another presence.
Mm-hmm.
All of you have escaped and learned from it. And the thing that you learned, Sam, when you were being sort of, when you maintained control and sort of shunted out the other person, is that you decided to concentrate on something that you knew very, very, very well. That was not something that you thought this person would know. So I'm going to let you pick the skill. And I need you to describe how you wall yourself off while meditating on something having to do with that skill.
But let me just say, so the idea is like if I'm in Gregor Went, I focus on something that Gregor Went would not know.
Well,
or something that the other presence would not know.
The other presence would not know.
Okay. But also, if someone's trying to learn our deepest secrets,
that's right,
then getting us to focus on the most secret thing we know that they don't know is pretty tricky.
It is.
But I'm assuming detect thoughts isn't working at this range. I don't know. Here's what I'm going to focus on. My botanical studies, particularly of an obscure root of the fell vine plant that is on a distant G plane, and how minutely its root structure mimics the fractal patterns observed elsewhere in the cosmos.
Amazing. And that's a nature check, right?
Perception
check.
All right. Just rolling it straight up. 27.
All right. I'm going to roll this. I actually have a +7. So we could have a standoff because of nat 20. No. Okay. So you sort of successfully wall yourself off and you feel his presence as you're dreaming, like forcing himself into your brain, but losing himself as he tries to parse the science of the root system. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give you so you beat him by 8. So I'm going to give you a DC 8 wisdom save, which I think you cannot lose. I think you're...
Well, no, I only have a 4 bonus on wisdom saves, but I do get advantage on wisdom saves.
All right. DC 8.
8.
Oh,
wow.
I got a 7 and an 8.
Okay. So as you are forcing him out of your brain, you hear him whisper, What is it that you know? That you think you know? Why are you so confident? And then he's gone. All right, Tim. Ibis has a similar situation, except it's like you are in the street in Rollins Crossing.
Okay.
And you get the sense from this masked creature that is inside your head, and you are aware that you are dreaming and that you are being visited. It feels not like a dream, but by it like an invasion. And you see that he has his hand down around his waist where there is a wand dangling.
Ew, don't touch that in front of me, pervert.
Seems like he's about to grab the wand, and you recognize it as a wand of fireball. And he says, Ibis, you think you can burn me out before I burn you out?
I put my fingers over my wand of magic missiles. I see your wand is as big as mine.
And he draws, and we're going to do an initiative check to see, and he has a +2 to this because he is not dexterous.
22.
Ooh, buddy.
15. All right, so you win the initiative check.
Okay.
You can cast before him.
So my magic missiles are not going to be targeted at him.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to hit his wand.
Sweet.
And I mean, it's a dream, but I have this crazy wand of magic missiles that has all these charges in it. So I think I would, knowing it's a wand, it'd be overkill, but I would cast like 5 bolts at it.
All right. So give me the damage. And I think it doesn't matter because I think with 4 or more, you automatically are going to do it. No, it's 10 hit points. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
I rolled a 4. That'll
4.
do it.
All right. So you quickly draw your wand, and each missile blows through the wand, and it destroys his wand of fireballs. And a fireball lights up in front of him, and he is singed. And he looks at you, and he says, "What is it you know, Ibis? What is it you think you know? Tell me, Ibis."
I know nothing. Truly, I'm so confused. Get the fuck out of here. You can take off the mask if you want me to know something.
Okay, you killed this guy. Your initiative, you beat him by a lot. So you're going to have a DC 6 wisdom save to kick him out of your head.
7.
Oh my
Good
God.
Lord, we're rolling so
Good
close.
Lord. Why are you so good at resisting me? And he is out of your brain. Deanfa,
Oh boy.
what are you dreaming about when he invades your dreams?
I've been kind of shocked by all this, and I'm dreaming about better times, running through the Goblin Market as a kid, learning all that I can, and remembering what it was like, and remembering the moments when I was so excited to be a part of something bigger than myself.
Mm-hmm. So he arrives. Who is your greatest hero in the Goblin Market?
My greatest hero, I think it was the guy that Ibis and Charnak wanted to kill, but I was like, no, don't kill him.
Oh, the comet.
The comet.
The steel comet.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're dreaming, you are running through, and you see the comet brushing his horse, and you sort of slow down and see it to sort of watch him and admire him and like you just respect him, right? Like it's more he's a hero, but also he's just a really cool, good guy that gives a good name to the Goblin Market. And as you're watching him, just sort of in the background, you see a face and a hooded figure approaching. And the figure walks around the horse, looks over at you and says, "Please, this, you must be joking. Can't be this simple." And he touches the figure, and then the hooded figure disappears, and the comet turns to face you and says, "You're a good man, I can tell.
Oh, you are talking to me?
You're a very good man. You know, you must save the Goblin Market. It must be saved. It is in trouble. You understand that, don't you, Dinfa?
No, I mean, if it must be saved, you can do it.
I will do it, but I'm going to need lots of help from very helpful helpers like you. So, listen. You're going to wake up soon. And there are two despotic enemies of the Goblin Market asleep in your cottage. Now, they look like your friends. They are not your friends. Those two are the ones who captured your parents and stole you away from your parents. I think you should kill them. Now you feel it, and you can tell this is not the real Comet.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't even sound like him.
But when you were inside of Gregor Went,
It's not even a good impression.
yeah. When you were inside of Gregor Went, you sort of lost that fight, right?
Yeah.
And so being faced with another Kyber-like presence inside this thing, you're not exactly sure how to resist it. But like this whole idea of it's not really him, like I think you need to really concentrate on what the Comet was, who he was, and the kinds of things he would have said to you. And we're going to have a contested history check.
All right.
Goblin Market. Now this guy has a big bonus. He's got a +8 to this
All
roll.
right. Now,
You
when I
have
did
advantage, yes.
Yeah, when I
You
did
have
history checks, I
advantage.
have advantage. I'm just saying. All right.
13. God
All
damn
right.
it.
Now he has a +8. I do have a +9.
Okay, well,
24.
Don't come
Okay.
for Dinfa on Goblin Market history.
Just I feel like it's one of those dreams where something so stupid happens that you just wake. You're like, now I'm dreaming.
yeah. Yeah.
Janet Jackson would never say that to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, Jen, no. That is so perfect.
Sam did it again. He got John.
It's so perfect.
All right. So, what are you going to do with this knowledge? You killed this guy in this history check, and he can tell that you can tell that he is infiltrating you and invading you. So you're going to have also, you killed it. You're going to have a DC. You're actually going to have a DC 5 because you beat him by more than 10 on your thing. So you have a DC 5 wisdom save.
I'm gonna look at him confused, and I'll just say, that is so disappointing. Everything I've heard about you does not even come close to what you've said to me. And if the Goblin Market needs saving, I think it needs saving from you. And then I do my wisdom save.
All right.
21.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay. He is immediately shunted out of your image of the comet, and he's still in your dream. And he looks, I mean, you've seen this face before when you visited him in his coma and he sent you on the mission to Belenond. And then later when he infiltrated your dreams after you returned with the book of the dead. And he looks at you, and it's weird because you actually think he's afraid of you in this moment. And he says, "You know, don't you? But you can prove nothing. You know, right? Tell me what you know. Tell me what you think you know."
I just kind of do my best confused look impression. Huh? And then hopefully all of this starts to go away.
It goes away. Yeah. All right. You all get your long rest. You all wake up inspired. That's inspiration, guys.
Yes.
That's real. Yeah, that's mechanically inspiration. You
Mechanical
all have
inspiration.
and at least one of you, let's see here. Everyone roll a raw D20.
Raw.
Just
raw
roll it
D20.
raw. Whoever wins.
Raw dog and a
has something
D20.
here.
That's a 10.
No, I got a 10.
9.
Wow.
Tim, you got a 5.
You won.
6.
So, Sam, you got a 5.
5.
And John got a 9. Yeah. All right. So, Tim, you have an epiphany.
You got another fucking ring.
I know how to share. For some reason, the fourth one of these things does nothing.
Yeah. So
Don't put them all on the same finger.
That is
so you have 3 options for your epiphany. One of the options is how Moradin's hammer works. One of the options is how to create a mental connection to anyone in any plane that you've ever met.
Okay.
One time.
Meaning, I guess I don't know what it means because I haven't had the epiphany yet.
Or the third one is how to make your spells land better.
How to make
Does
spells
that mean
land.
he can only connect to any individual person once, or he can only use the power once total?
I've said all I'm going to say.
That was the question I was going to ask, and then I was like,
So
he's
I'm
not
gonna say,
going. He's not
Mechanically,
gonna do
each one of these things could be really great and really good for you in particular, I think.
that.
The epiphanies I prepared for the other guys were specific to them.
I see. Ugh.
Tom, you've given Tim a choice that
I
he has
think-
to
well,
make
like,
in the
part of me-
moment.
part
This
of me
is
wants to-
lovely.
With
This could not.
long-standing ramifications.
This could be so wonderful.
Do we need to vamp here for about 30 minutes?
No, we don't. I think Ibis is curious about how the hammer works, but I don't know that that's like on the top of her mind. I think she feels like she already has a way to connect with people mentally, reliably. Obviously, not anybody anywhere. But so
This
that's,
sounds like Ibis talking herself into a bonus to spellcasting.
I mean, that seems the most useful to me. But I also already have like things for that because I've got the spell sniper, that kind of stuff.
And the robe.
And the robe. And the
all your
Bloodwell
spells
vial.
are now DC 21.
Yeah. I think the one that speaks to her abilities the most is the second one, the mental connection.
Okay.
Even though she feels like she has the local range of that. So I'm going to go with that one.
Okay.
Fuck you
So-
guys.
So you have your current ability allows you to create a mental connection with someone who's within 30 feet of you.
Yeah. Telepathic speech, part of aberrant mind. I have to see them.
Your epiphany is that you can see through the universe a pathway to a single person's brain. You need to tell me who that person is
Now?
now.
Okay, now I need 30 minutes to think.
And you will be able to use your mental connection ability to access that person at any time. Whenever you would use your aberrant brain ability, your aberrant mind ability.
And that would be using it once.
It's
Like one person at a time.
Once
right?
to choose the person.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just mean I can't use it simultaneously with multiple people, given that this is a separate sort of.
I think whatever the rules are for your aberrant mind
Okay.
is the rules for this. It's just that you have one person out in the universe that you are able to connect to and speak with in this way, in this manner.
Fuck.
Idea.
Jesus, I feel like I have to go review my notes on like what the fuck.
Well, let's give him some options. That would be great.
I mean,
I think
Fitzral could be fun.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
it's a lot of fun.
Fitzral and Bodum are like
Yeah.
the two leading
Yeah.
contenders
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could also pick one of your group mates, one of your party members who
Mhm.
potentially would be on a different plane of existence during your king's move.
Right. Or just more than 30 feet away and out
Right.
of sight.
Yeah.
Shit.
Or
But what if Fitzral's dead because we killed him?
I would
Is that
let
how I
you-
get an answer out of Tom right now?
it would be the mind that
It-
recently
yeah,
invaded
it's
yours.
the
Yes.
mind that you know of. Because I mean, I think about this. The reason why I put this one in here is because your aberrant mind abilities, I'm imagining that there are sort of like not addresses for brains, but like there is like keyholes to unlocking them, and that like part of you like learning how to do the things that you do is sort of unlocking those keys, those keyholes. And I think you have just like sort of like stumbled on this thing that there is a brain that you can connect with.
You're just starting Pluribus. That's all you're doing right now.
Something like Pluribus. Yeah, there you go.
Soon I'm going to have anybody and everybody on tap all at the same time.
So here's the thing. Like, maybe we want to confront Fitzral, maybe we want to confront Bodum, but continuing to have the ability to speak with them whenever, wherever, is probably not as useful in the long run as having it for one of us.
Right. No, I agree. It seems like it'd be really fun if I just wanted to troll them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
but,
turnabout's
but
fair
I'm the
play.
wrong
I mean,
character
this
I'm the wrong character to do the trolling. That should be Charnak.
Yeah.
Like, just be like, hey, fuck you. Just like,
Suck these gnome nuts.
at all the time, random times of day.
But you could also know where they are.
Is that, do I,
Would he know where they are?
Well, Tom was like you can connect to their brain in a different plane. I don't know.
I mean, it's whatever the way you, whatever the aberrant mind rule set is. It's just that like it's
Yeah,
one
it's-
person. And
it's basically, I mean,
however
basically all
far
you're
away.
changing is choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you to that or this one person
or this one person that's
anywhere,
right.
anytime. So we have to know the same language. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the utility of this is going to be being able to do this when we're in separate places, because it also only lasts.
Don't you get Rary's telepathic bond too? As
I do have Rary's.
So
It's a 5th level spell though, which seems like a giant fucking expense.
but isn't it a ritual?
Yeah, but he's not a wizard.
I'm not a
Oh,
wizard,
He
so
can't do ritual casting on his ritual spells.
He's not a wizard.
But a bard can do it.
I mean,
I think I might be able to.
it's possible. I guess the difference is that you have to have it prepared.
Yeah, a wizard
Which I
has-
do.
doesn't
Whereas
have
a
to
wizard
have it
doesn't have to have
prepared.
it prepared.
I think all casters are
I
ritual
thought you had to have
casters.
like a ritual caster.
No,
What-
it's
what
a
about
feat. Ritual casting is
it's a feat.
feat. Yeah.
But that ritual caster is a feat that gives you a ritual book that you can add rituals to.
No, it's actually a feat that I have to take or have to multi-class into something. So wizard, bard, or ritual capable class. So I can't cast it as a ritual. So it's almost silly that it's in my spell book because I don't know that I will ever be willing to waste a 5th level spot.
That's one of the things that made sorcerers so difficult to choose in the old rules compared to a wizard or a bard.
Right. And 2024 is different. They changed it. Everybody can do it. But for 2014.
Huh. That's really interesting. I just assumed that
But
rares-
you know, hey, maybe we're going to level up here in a minute and then that becomes something worth taking.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably need 2 levels to get to another thing. I think
You can take 1 level of wizard.
maybe. With my int is not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. I don't know if it's high. It is high enough to. It was over 13 was the cutoff, right? So, yeah, I think it's going to make probably connecting with Charnak is going to make the most sense because he's the most prone to stealthing off, sleuthing, and if all of a sudden something changes and I don't have it, or say more than 4 minutes goes by, which is all that the bond lasts, I can do it again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you don't have to see him.
And I don't have to see him. So let's do that with Charnak.
Okay.
As much as I was like, yeah, let's just fuck with Gregor.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, go jump off a bridge. Hey, do me a favor. Lay down in this guillotine. Pull the lever.
There's so much about that guy that we didn't explore.
Right?
He's got a wife and a kid.
Goblin
A
child.
goblin kid.
Yeah. That's true. It's true.
And he doesn't remember half of it.
Yeah. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, what's going on with that, man?
Yeah.
I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Who's
It's
that?
super weird, right?
Who's going into that goblin kid? Or is that not part of the plan? That was just,
It was a goblin
Fitzral
who was
having fun.
inside him, and it was goblin essence in the woman. I don't know.
Goblin Essence, baby. Goblin Essence.
It's my favorite magazine.
I took long enough for that. We can get back on track. I updated my sheet too.
Okay. All right. So fair enough. So you all wake up and Welena Zagat is still there. And she is you can tell she's pretty upset. She's been thinking the whole time about like what you've all gone through. And she who wakes up first?
Charnak does.
Okay. She sees you wake up and she goes to you and she says,
I cannot sleep more than 6 hours a night without having to pee these days. It is getting old is tough.
Charnak,
That's my name.
the more I think of it, the more I realize we must go kill Bodum.
Well, it should be a little easier now. He doesn't have his sword.
Yes, he doesn't have his sword and you have the Morden's hammer.
Wait, why do you want to kill Bodum, though? I know why I want to kill Bodum. What made you all hot to do it all of a
I
sudden?
think he's being controlled by whatever the spirit is that's there, and I don't think we can allow yet another king. And at least this one, we know he's in charge of a large proportion of the goblins. I think we must get rid of him. As much as it pains me, you know my connection with him.
Yes. Well, let me wake up the others first, and we can discuss this. No, I wake up Dean Fen Ebis. Did you receive a visitation last night? In your dreams?
Mr. Comet.
I
Oh, sorry. What?
take that as a yes. Whoever it was trying to infiltrate our minds clearly didn't know he was dealing with a crack Top Gun Kyber squad. Right? And I'm like looking for signs of possession.
No, you are right, Janek. Could you
Or
please
flick a
back
little
up?
water in their
Could you
face.
please.
Okay.
Just back
No,
up.
no, no.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm getting a little tired of people trying to manipulate me.
That was such a good dream. He was so desperate to know what we knew, which means there is something we could know that would be very bad for him. Now, maybe we know it. Maybe we don't know it. But it's comforting to know it's out there regardless.
I agree. Zagat, good morning.
Hello, Dinfa. I'm very sad to say I believe I know what we must do next, and it is to go and kill Bodum.
Oh, thank you. Someone who's ready to kill that fucktard. I've been wanting revenge on him ever since he killed your granddaughter.
Yes. I didn't know her well, but she was fierce, I understand.
Does that mean Bodum was her uncle?
Yes, I think that is how the family tree would work.
Fucked up.
No, yes, uncle. Uncle.
All the more reason to get rid of him.
Yes, and then we have Fitzral, but I think we just need to make sure that he doesn't have any place to go, any prepared vessel.
I'm going to try an inside check on Zagat. Natural one.
She was for sure not visited in her dreams by Fitzral.
What? My brain has been opened up to many possibilities now, and it is hard to stop it from spinning, but is it not possible that all of this has always been Fitzral, or Marcinax, or whatever we call the spider at the center of this web?
Yes.
It is possible.
It could call itself Bodum. It could call itself the king under the mountain. It could call itself whatever it wants. But if it can reach out and claim bodies across the plains, who is to say that the Bodum we have encountered is not merely another guise of this thing?
You said that you had been enchanted inside the crown. Who's
I
to
would
say?
call the experience enchanting.
But who's to say he hasn't enchanted the Goblin Market, the Book of Contracts? And then, if he can be everywhere and nowhere, then how on earth do you kill him?
There is something at the center of the tower in the Azure Foundry that he does not want us to see. When we visited him there, we parlayed with him by means of a vision. We were not allowed to physically ascend the tower. I can think of no reason to do that if there wasn't something at the top of the tower that was dangerous to him and difficult to move.
Perhaps the way that he projects his light into those in other planes. Could the tower
Indeed.
be a weapon?
Indeed.
Could it be his weapon?
Is that why the tower and the crown was so fucking tall?
Well, let me
Oh,
bring this to another practical matter, which is we know where the tower is and how to get there. We do not know where Bodum is or how to reach him. And since Bodum can claim bodies seemingly at will as well, it is the same problem. Who is to know who is Bodum and where is Bodum? And also, why is Bodum?
Let me ask
And
you
how
this.
is Bodum?
Let me ask you this. When you claim a body, does not your physical form crash down to the ground?
Yes.
You are not in your body and aware of your body.
Yes.
Is that something that could you be simultaneously controlling many things? Is that possible?
Not for us yet, but who's to say with a few thousand years of practice? But also, who is to say with a few thousand years of practice we might not be tethered to a body at all?
You might be tethered to a tower, for instance.
Or a thimble. Who knows? Or nothing at all.
There might not even be a body in the tower.
We are, to use an idiom, out of our depth in this regard. Once we begin to muse on what is possible, the possibilities are endless.
But you do raise an interesting point. There should be a tether. Otherwise, the spirit...
If he follows the same rules we do, then yes.
And his tether must be near where he's collecting these weapons.
Can I ask something, Tom?
Yeah.
How many other Kyber crews did we know?
Your mercantile had 20 other Kyber crews in it.
Okay.
And some were very advanced to the point where they didn't have to go out on missions at all. They would chill out in the Goblin market and do their work with their reams. They weren't, that you know of, projecting their thoughts into creatures who were not prepared for them.
Yeah.
So you are about at the level that the greatest Kyber you've ever heard of was at, basically. Now.
But I've never heard, I'm doing another history check, I've never heard of anybody who wouldn't need a tether for their
Who wouldn't
spirit.
still have a physical body that their mind was connected to.
It's a 19.
So the only thing that you have encountered that was potentially that was the great elk of the Goblin market. But it was your god.
Right.
Or that's what you were told. But it was living inside Villanelle Zagat. And when she was cut down, it left and did not attach to another body that you know of.
And it's similar with Hawthorne.
It's similar to Hawthorne, yes. There was still a home body. But, H was in a bird and a frog after her body, her human form, or her, humanoid form was destroyed. I don't think we ever established, I think she was a human, but I don't think we ever went deep into that.
So we've heard of people who can move bases.
Moving bases is very...
But still had a base.
Still had a base, yes. A meat base as well.
Sheba is another similar
Sheba
story.
also, now in a bird form.
Yeah.
And is a budding druid, and instead of doing a wild shape into an animal, it does a wild shape into the form of a person.
Or a goblin.
Or a goblin. A goblin is a person. Just not a human.
Humanoid.
Humanoid.
So what? Now we have to decide where to go. I mean, let me ask Wilena Zagat, if you think our next step should be to kill Bodum, do you have an idea of how that might be accomplished? Where he is? What he...
I think I can get him to show up.
Really?
You've destroyed his falchion, taken it, hidden it.
Más o menos.
So all he has left is the goblin market of your origins. What's left of it is the base of his power. I think we go and we start killing those who are subordinate to and loyal to Bodum.
Or just swaying them to our side.
Right, one of those two things.
These are our former colleagues and compatriots.
It is welcoming the world to double agents.
I think if you show up and you announce your intentions to kill Bodum, you will know
Which side they are on.
which side they are on. This is what I would do. But I'm a dirty dog.
As much as I want to kill him, why is it so important to kill him now? First?
I think that he wields the kind of power that is not just the kind of power that can end a person's life, but he leads an army. Even if he is just a meat sack for Fitzral, Marcinax, whatever his name is. Those troops are loyal to him, or at least sworn to him.
And to the meat sack.
And to the meat sack, yes.
Or on his payroll.
Next question. Do we want to take Moradin's hammer to him? Shouldn't we?
Do you mean to his head?
Yeah, take it to him.
He might take it from us and use it on
Well,
us.
if he's able to do that, then we're effed in the A regardless. Correct?
Why not absorb these souls? Make the hammer inert. Then we have the power. He can't use it.
I love it. Do it. Use the power. Steal yourself. Protect yourself from Fitzral.
First off, I will say, I may be having an epiphany about how Moradin's hammer works. Hey, how about this, Dinfa? Because absorbing the souls of people is wrong.
I feel we are beyond that. These souls,
I assure you, we are not.
the souls in the crown, did we save them?
Good question. Where's the crown?
When we left the crown, we had souls with us. Did we save them?
Yeah, there. Remember you had a pile of dice on the ground.
We had a pile of what?
Dice.
Bone dice.
Bone dice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what happened to those bone dice?
They're on the floor still. They're in this
It's like
cottage.
we haven't left.
Mhm. Maybe. I'm going to pick up a bone die and roll it.
Okay. It's a 6-sided die, and it comes up 6.
What do you make of that, Dinfa? No, I'm serious. What do you make of that?
You can now go gambling and win.
And you also feel souls in the dice.
Mhm.
The one you just rolled feels sad and suicidal.
So the soul is now in a die. It feels the same. But it is still stuck in something else. These souls are gone. But we could save so many more souls if we get more powerful. And I'm afraid if we keep carrying these weapons, Fitzral is going to take them from us.
But once we start down that road, where does it end? You will always need to be more powerful. There will always be another threat.
My plan is to get rid of these weapons, give them to the archive, and then destroy the archive. But we cannot do that if we don't take over.
Well, we've learned that the archive is really just a closet, basically.
Just a curator for
the king.
For the king, for the king of all goblins. If we're the king of all goblins, it is our closet.
Can we all be the king?
Well, Elena Zagat or Dinfa, you seem to know everything about history, but this may surpass goblin history. Where is Vivinax?
Vivinax is not in the cottage right now.
Okay.
Are you asking Welena Zagat for all of her knowledge? Where's Vivinax? Because she's like nearby.
We have heard that these objects that capture and contain souls, these objects of power, that they can be destroyed. But we have never seen it done. Do you know how it is done?
Well, it is. I have never seen it done either. I'll be honest with you, but I just know that all of the most powerful weapons are just full of absorbed creatures.
I'm going to hold up one of the bone dice and look at it. And I am going to try to possess it like I was possessing a body.
Okay. Let me see. What's your DC?
My spell save DC? 16.
Okay. Okay. So it doesn't feel like a body.
Mm-hmm.
Your consciousness is in there. Dinfa, he falls down. He's falling over.
Oh. I catch him. I help him down to the floor.
Yeah. And inside you do feel a warmth, but you do not feel a consciousness.
Mm-hmm. And do I don't see anything. It is without form or feature in here.
Without form or feature inside this thing. You do have an overwhelming sense of self-harm that you are beginning to internalize.
All right, I'm going to pop out.
Okay.
That wasn't helpful at all.
What did you do?
I went in, but I came out very quickly.
Did you talk to someone?
No, there was nothing in there to talk to exactly. I thought it might give me a clue for, there might be a self-destruct button or something of that effect.
The great
So, Welena Zagat, back to you.
Yeah, I will just say that the Great Elk, and Dinfa knows this, talks about people being drops of rain. And when we hit the ground, we form puddles. We are not the drops anymore, but we are still something. We are still the stuff of clouds. I believe it is like that with the souls that are inside of these items.
And what when the sun comes out and dries up the puddles?
I don't know. I
The
guess
lucky
that's
souls evaporate and disappear and return to the clouds.
And return to the clouds, I suppose, yes.
And the sad ones stay in the lake forever.
Perhaps it is those that have a desire to be water all the time.
Say you did want to claim the souls inside Moradin's hammer and Dinfa. How would you do that? We don't know how to do that.
I don't know. I thought if we tried it together, we could figure it out. We have old goblins here. They could talk to us, tell us.
Well, let's talk to Vivinax.
What did we do with
Because
that?
I want to know how they plan to destroy that crown.
Well,
what did we do with that coin, that first soul that we got a taste of?
Yep, you've done it before.
We've done it before.
Yep.
It just happened.
What'd you eat it?
No, we didn't swallow the coin.
It was in a soup. that was prepared for you.
Ale Durin made.
Ale
Mhm,
Durin,
mhm.
yeah.
That's right. Okay. So there was consumption, but not.
Yeah.
Hey, why can't you talk to Ale Durin with your long distance? Oh, wait, never mind.
I already, because Tom made me pick, man. That guy loved me too. No, he didn't like you though.
We know where Ale Durin is. If he is the one who knows how to consume them, but
Yeah, but that seems like a whole lot of shoe leather just to get this piece of information.
weren't you given the option when you went inside the archive?
Well, yes, but the archive is not available to us, and I can't imagine that the archive is the only solution to this problem. Let us seek out Vivinax. Perhaps Vivinax will have a simple and straightforward answer.
All right, so Vivinax.
Although those dragons were just like breathing fire on the crown to little to no effect, so Vivinax may not know shit.
Yeah. so Vivinax, you pose the question to her, and she thinks on it for a little bit, and she looks at you and she says, "And you're sure dragon's breath does not do the trick?" But there have always been soul eaters. That is a thing that people have always done. I don't know how it is done, but it's always been Kybers who had done it.
Wait a second. Well, Lena Zagat, you're an original like Ale Durin. You don't know anything about this?
I don't know how to consume the souls. No, that's not something that I am well versed in. You know who definitely knows how to do is Sheba.
Mm. Well, both Sheba and Ale Durin are in Hardat, correct?
Yes. They
Where's
are both
Ebrox?
there.
Where is Ebrox? Ebro.
Isn't he dead?
From drinking the thing and trying to. He knew he couldn't go in the circle again.
No, that was Zagat.
Zagat got drunk.
He did. He said he can't do it.
He can't do it because he's in the
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would he be dead?
He's not dead. He was just with us.
He got us here, and then he left us to drink that stuff before we went into the crown.
Oh shit, he is here. He is here.
Sleeping.
Yeah, Ebrox. You can
just
talk to
woke up.
Ebrox. He's
But
here.
Ebrox, as a servant of the temple, I cannot imagine that he knows more than Vivinax would.
He has been in Hardat a long time.
a long time.
Well, okay, let's ask him.
Hey,
Okay.
Ebrox, have you been paying attention? Or do we need to give you... Just,
I got it.
you've been so quiet.
Do you
Yes.
remember how you talk, Ebrox?
Yeah, let's see. How does he talk? Is he high? Is he high?
No, he was lower.
Yeah, I got it. This is the Ebrox and also 7 other characters. All right, so you want to consume a soul, eh?
Or
Take that die,
mm,
put it next to your head.
Crush it and
Yeah.
sniff it.
Concentrate on it. Identify with it. Find something that it knew that you do not know
Wait,
and absorb it.
you have to find knowledge in it.
Yep.
I had the weirdest dream where someone was asking me for what I knew.
It is the way souls are absorbed.
All right, I'm going to take a bone die and I'm going to do what he said.
Okay. Perception check.
I suppose at this point we are puddles of raindrops. We're
28.
only making those
28.
puddles bigger.
This was a baker. A baker who lived in Stone Warren Town, was very jealous, murdered his wife, burned her body, crushed her ashes, mixed her ashes with flour, and baked bread and had others eat her and was punished with 100 years of manual labor in the mines under the town. But he is remained a killer baker. Survival check versus his survival check.
Yikes. 12.
He has -1. That's a 9. You understand deeply who he was because you understand how he used cast iron pots to bake all his bread. That's the secret that he had. Each bread was baked in a sealed iron pot. And you absorb his soul.
Ooh, I just absorbed Sweeney Todd. Oh, that was awful. But I did it.
And do you think you could do it to 100,000 people at once?
Ugh.
No. So there's got to be an easier way.
It's the only way I know of. You connect, you find them, and then you sort of open yourself up and let them drain inside of you. Give them the hope that they'll be able to, I don't know, take a walk on the beach again or whatever.
Can you control the number that come in once you start?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I mean, if the three of you were doing it together, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if you could create enough of a bottleneck to do it, but maybe so. You know, if you're connecting to someone one-on-one out here, you just have a conversation with them, right?
Sure.
Well, what if you have an army of 100,000 people? How do you connect with them?
Massive speeches.
I think that's it.
Or you have nodes. You give information to people who spread and then spread.
That's slower. I'm not saying you actually give a speech, but I imagine it's sort of like, you know, riding around on a horse and inspiring people. Having them trust that what you're going to do with them is better than what they're doing right now, which is, as far as I understand, in these weapons, a whole lot of nothing except being bled dry like you're some kind of goddamn, I don't know, torch used to light the night for somebody else, or set the house on fire for somebody else, or cook somebody else's meat.
I want to try something. I'm going to pick up one of the bone dice and make contact with it again.
Okay.
And for this, you know, the connection, I don't actually have to go in. I'm just sort of tapping it from the outside.
Yep.
And I want to do sort of like Ebro was suggesting, sort of open a channel to it and construct in my mind a paradise for it to escape this prison and enter.
Mm-hmm.
But rather than defining the paradise myself, I'm going to try to design it to be sort of recursive. That I leave a variable in the design to be defined by the soul that I am contacting.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Are you going to communicate anything to them or just create the space?
If I communicate anything, it's sort of the mental equivalent of, hey, over here.
And you hear in your mind a sentence, a question. But will there be sunlight?
And I try to let the design answer.
Okay.
Right. I'm not exactly programming a chatbot here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But like the idea is to create a mental construct rather than creating one construct that could be appealing to large swaths of people. Can I create a construct that is almost algorithmic?
Right.
Right. You know, the idea being that whatever soul is interacting with it, it answers these questions to that soul's preference.
So you feel the soul entering you.
So the response would be something like, would you like sunlight?
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yes. And he steps through and you can feel another soul inside of you. And then you hear it say, the sun is not bright enough. But then you hear nothing else.
It will be eventually. And then I drop the bone die and I go, I know how to do it.
And that's where we're going to end episode 52 of Every War Must End. Oh, no, of the Goblin Market.
Just say the thing again. We'll just redo it. No, we won't.
And thus we end episode 52 of the Goblin Market.
Damn.
Man, guys. Okay. All right. I sense a level up coming up soon with all these souls you're about to consume.
I'm just saying. This is quite the discussion, but yeah, they, like you were saying, they seem to be doing a whole lot of nothing.
They're doing a whole lot of nothing in there.
Well, and we can get into all of this on the bonus, but you know, if we absorb them into us and yet we plan to eventually evaporate, I think they all go, you know, we're making a big puddle, but we're making a big puddle that's eventually going to evaporate too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
rather than keeping these guys, you know, in ice cube trays in the freezer or whatever.
Right.
To continue the water metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it to the bonus, fellas.
I
All
can
right,
live
let's
with
do
that.
it.
Let's do it.
All right.
This is excellent. Thanks for coming by, everybody. And
Thanks for coming by.
Please
Thanks for coming
check us
by.
out on the socials. And again, if you've made it this far, it would be so lovely to meet you on the Patreon as a subscriber. It's really the premium campaign is wonderful. Our bonus episodes, I think, are really fun, very different from the campaign, but excellent. And
I will say, if you are listening to this episode, if you have actually made it this far into our campaigns and have not subscribed to listen to the bonus episodes or the premium campaign, you have listened to so much content and you've missed out on half of what's out there.
Yeah.
There's so much more out there and it is so cheap.
It's so cheap. It's so wonderful. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for coming by, and we'll see you next week on the bonus.
Guys,
Thanks for
we're
coming
so
by.
cheap.
We're
Come
so
on,
cheap.
please.
Thanks
We're
for
so
coming
cheap.
by.